I'm Dave, we're at Gentleman Rose Club, Christchurch Road, and we're with Steve, and we're cutting his hair and beard. So what are we doing then, bro?
Just usual, off to the side still, skin fade, sort of keep all this length but tidy the lip, lessen it and get rid of this.
Okay, so you want a line cut, you want that kind of cut in underneath, or blended?
Blended, yeah.
Blended but taking some of the bulk out, okay, cool. Right, so we're going to comb it through. Just looking for any contraindications. Right, so we are now going to put in our zero line. We're going to find his O-bone. We're going to go slightly above that. Feel all right, Steve? Mm-hmm. I'll give you a bit of tissue for the blood in a minute. So it feels quite nice to be back down here, actually. It does feel weird. It feels like I'm cutting abroad.
Oh,
it's odd.
It's always hot in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Vegas. People say that Bournemouth is the Vegas
Of England.
Of England, yeah.
So we're just joining the sides to the back. And now I'm going to use the mirror to marry up. You can adjust this line at any time, so as long as it's looking nice and even all the way around. Get a nice low profile from the back. Right, so we're just removing the bulk now below that zero line.
So, Steve, like a slow barber.
I'm not a slow barber, mate.
Stop giving him I can feel him speeding up.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Slow and thick.
He said it earlier, I've cut my finger.
Did you?
Yeah. Trying to speed up. Have you ever seen the IT Crowd?
Yeah.
Have you seen the one where they get the little computer that gives them football lingo?
No.
And they try and make these mates in like a pub, and they've only got a few phrases that are like football related. So one of them's problem with Arsenal, mate, is they always take Walcott off too early, and they try and get through. They don't know anything about football, and they end up getting into this gang of armed robbers that they meet in this pub. It's quality, mate. You've got to watch that. Right, just removing any more hairs, anything loose on the neck. Now we're going to dust him down. Just going to remove any loose hair. It's a little bit sticky in here as well, so it kind of keeps my surface nice and dry. Right, we've got number 2 guard, and we're going to put in our second guideline. Just drop it down slightly, Steve. There you go. Flicking out just at the top of that as well. And that's given us a nice section to fade into. You know what they say, mate? Play with feathers, you're going to get your ass tickled.
That's why he always carries a feather.
We've got no guard on, we're opening the blade. And we're going to just take a section now, which is going to be a 0.5, and we're flicking out in a C motion. It's going to be about an inch. Right, so we're going to remove the line now from the 0 to the 0.5 with a 0.25. So the blade's going to be half closed. What, 0.25? I'm an educator, mate.
You are an educator?
Yeah.
You are.
You don't have to worry about anything above this little line that we're working out at the moment, because that's going to come out later. So you're just working on that weight. So I've dropped it down slightly now. It's just off closed. I'm just removing that last little bit of weight. I can revisit that as well at the very end and refine it. Do you use the foils on the side, dude? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to just put a foil line in. We're going to chase that all the way around the head. Keeping it the same thickness all the way through. Steve, this is going to be immortalised in digital media forever, mate. So you're going to be able to think, oh, do you remember that time that Dave cut my hair? And I'll be able to watch it. You'll be able to watch it. It's never going to go anywhere, mate.
Show my family.
Yeah. Go show the kids. I can't believe you've been coming to this shop for this long and you haven't got a Beardbrand video. You're just removing, if you move it in circular motion as well, you pick up the hair better. It helps when you're removing large quantities of hair with the foil. Right, we've got the new Wild Cordless Detailer. I bought it a couple of days ago, getting on with it, trying to work it out and see what its limitations are. But I found it really good for removing this weight line before I foil down. So I'm just going to take the blade right down closed. And we're going to get it working. We're going to be just flicking out, picking at the line again. So basically you can go really low with it for things like this, or you can pull it up and use it for like softer areas like around the ears and around the beard. But it's great for removing like fine little lines. It's very noisy, mate. Not worth it, man. I messed my own beard up. I tried to put a line in my hair a couple of days ago. Have you seen it?
Still there.
It's the worst line I've ever seen. I tried to do it myself, mate. I put it in and I was like,
Did you do that yourself?
I have banged my head as well.
No, not that. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did the line myself, mate, yeah. It's terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that looked good with a line there. And I did it and I was like, oh, that looks really bad. Okay, so we're going to start removing this weight line with the foil. We're going to hit down first, because it's easier to blend down with the foil. If you go up, you end up putting another line in. There are some instances where you will need to go up if it's really stubborn and it hasn't been removed with the down stroke. So the hair's always thicker at the back of the head, so it may require a little bit more work here. You can use the corner of the foil as well, and moving little circles, that kind of helps to blend. Or I've seen other barbers like Josh using the corner of the clipper like that and just pulling out on an angle. But I definitely prefer going down.
That's tighter than the shorts now. So. I said the jacket's tighter than the shorts now.
Can we just film these shorts for you guys?
Yeah, can we please show those shorts, mate? Please.
Look at mine. It's good. You don't like these shoes though, do you, Carlos?
Oh, I like them, man. They're really cool. Right, we've got a 1.5 now. So we've got one guard, sorry, and we've opened it to a half position. And we're going to start removing this weight and we're going to work down. So we faded up with a 0.5. Now we're going to fade down. So we're using we've got that 1.5, and we're just flicking out over the line. Right, Dad? Tim? We're just flicking out on that weight line. So it's important now not to take out too much weight. You want to kind of be creating a graduation with the clipper. So you're definitely flicking out and you're not going into the head. And again, you're not worrying about what's below it, because that's easy to get lost in your fade. So you're just worrying about what you're actually working on, the grade and the height that you're working on. And if you follow that process, the fade kind of takes care of itself, as long as you stick to those rules and those guides. So now we're going to drop down to a 1. And we're going to flick out a little bit lower. As soon as you hear the clipper cutting, that's the time to pull out, she said. I've said that a few times on Beardbrand videos. It always sounds really odd. We've now got the 0.5 guard. Drop it onto the clipper and we're going to put it into a 0.75 position, so we're just half closing it again. So it's half closed, half open. And this is going to go just a little bit lower now, so it's very important that because you've blended your 0.5, this 0.75 guard blends the 0.5 to the one that we've just done. So you're kind of refining. And it's the same thing, we're just flicking out as soon as you hear it cut. Okay, so I'm looking at, there's a little bit of weight through here now, so I know that I've got to drop that slightly down. Right, I'm going to drop it down to a 0.5 now. So it's a 0.5 guard, it's fully closed, and this is just going to go on the very edge, and it's just going to take out that last little bit of weight. And you don't need to do this all the way around, you're just looking for spots that needs it. So there needs it. Right, I'm just going to have another look at that.
But my other classes don't get like that.
Okay, that's feeling clean. So we're going to come through the top now, we're going to cut this over, and then we're going to work on the bead. Okay, so I'm not going to wet the hair. I'm just moving one blade on my shears. That's going to give a nice movement towards this corner of the head. So I'm just following the curvature of the head now using palm to face. And I'm trimming down, because all this is going to be blended with some 7-inch shears in a minute. So I'm just trimming Steve's fringe now, just ever so slightly. Not taking too much out of it, but just cleaning it up. And now we're going to blend this bit of weight out. So I've got a white clipper comb for this, because it's dark hair. I find that it kind of highlights better with a white clipper comb. So we're going to pull it up, just trimming. Again, we're moving one blade with a scissor. Okay, so I'm just going to work around the crown area now. And again, not taking it too high, just blending what needs to be blended. Right, how's that feeling, bro?
Can I have the fringe a bit shorter, please? Yeah, just that flicky bit.
Which bit here?
Well,
Here?
the whole thing, but
Yeah.
so it hasn't got that flicky bit, if that makes sense.
Right, so he wants his fringe a little bit shorter. So if you just tilt this way to me, I'm going to take it off the point cutting again. You're going to keep it to a little angle. No complaints, mate.
No complaints.
0 complaints.
0. And you always
Steve, look at that length.
And then you get slap.
About right, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So it's more of a crop, that haircut. Right, so this is this wall now, I'm going to drop this down slightly. So that's completely zeroed now, but because it's on a beard, I'm going to take it slightly off so it's not so rough on the skin. There we go. So I'm going to start lining around the edges. We're taking a bit out of the moustache, and then we're going to blend in on the bottom. How does that feel, mate? Not too sharp?
No, it's cool.
What do you say, Carlos? You got to eat? I can't say I'm pretty hungry though. This is pretty much mine and Carlos's conversation. Every time we film a video.
Couple going, mate. You never decide what to eat.
What are we eating? So yeah, I'm really liking this trim at the moment. It's great for lines. Lines are nice and smooth.
No, we're on the stage.
The dairy-free one or the mocha one, take.
I can pay cards for the coffee, yeah?
Sorry?
I can pay cards for the coffee as well, yeah?
Yeah. I wonder if there's a person, a man with a surname charge, and he's been made a sir.
Surcharge.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
And his middle name's Full. Full. So full charge.
How old are you? 26. I thought I've been nominated to move up to 90. Yeah.
I think 26 and 18 is a bit of a difference.
I'm literally just working on this corner here. Just at the top of the hook. But I'm going to keep it quite natural, I'm not pushing into the hairline too much. Nice and au naturel. Right, Right, now we're going to blend this in, and we're going to blend on the chin.
No one knows.
No one knows.
Not sure.
Have you ever been on Tinder, Matt?
Hello, what?
Have you ever been on Tinder or any app dating type thing?
Never.
Doesn't need to, mate. He gets all the girls.
It wasn't invented when I was, the last time I was looking to date, as they say in these modern times. It was, you put an advert in the newspaper, and you just put, if it said in there,
This is gonna weird. This is gonna be a weird video, man. This is. Beard looks nice, but conversation's been odd. So I'm just clearing through now with magic clips. I'm just taking out a few hairs. I know that he doesn't want it to be too manicured.
Too Turkish.
Too Turkish, yeah. So we're just keeping it nice and clear. Right, I'm going to bring you all the way forward now, bro. All the way. We've got to basically fade in the sideburn now. So we've got a number 1. So we've got a 0.5, but it's fully open, so it's a 1. The reason I do that is because I don't want to keep taking off grades. But I can work down to a 1 here, down to a 0.5. Drop down to a 0.75, a little bit higher.
the chocolate one's too sweet, but
0.5.
I don't really like sweet drinks.
It's that caramel one that's like way too sweet.
Oh, another one.
I'm going down to the 0.
Having a holiday.
So at this point now, I will literally, I'm happy with everything's blended in, but I'm just going to revisit my fade for a couple of seconds. I'm going to drop it to a 0.75, and I'm just going to take that little bit more weight out that I can see there. Sometimes it's good to revisit your fade after you've kind of done it, go back to it, because you get a different kind of perspective then. So just clearing out his eyebrows, working in the direction of the hair, not against it, so that it lies nice and flat. These are some serious eyebrows, mate. Eyebrow game on point. Okay, so the direction changes there, look. So we're going to put it down and cut up the comb. And then this way we'll work against it. How's that feeling, bro?
Good, mate. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Much better. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, dude?
Yeah, lovely.
Sweet!
Stop. Before you watch the next video, let me tell you, you are worth it. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you deserve to invest in yourself. You deserve to pamper yourself. You deserve to take care of your skin, your hair, your beard, and Beardbrand has your back with products, not just for your hair, your beard, and your skin, but also for your mind.